If she had only been ugly, we would still be.
Kevin Nealon, one of my favorite comedians, my favorite people in show business, a really good guy. Late for the podcast, always, just all about like coming from the Pacific Palisades, got a little scratch. And anyway, we're going to delve into Kevin a little because Kevin's one of these guys. He's always very funny, but I never really know him, and that's what this is.
I hear that a lot.
Hi, Kevin.
Very soft hands, by the way.
Yeah, I moisturize.
You don't do a lot of physical labor, do you?
I have not done physical labor. I don't do it.
Did you ever?
No.
You're Italian, aren't you?
I even call my maid on a speakerphone, so I don't have to dial.
But you seem like the kind of guy who would be doing a lot of masonry work growing up.
You know Paul Reiser?
Yeah.
One time he called me up. He asked me to go over to his house and help him with something. I thought he meant like to move something or something I could do, which I don't like to do anyway. Even then he moved refrigerator, that bullshit. But he said he needed some wiring done. And I swear to God, he goes, can you help me put this wiring in? I says, I don't know how to do that. He goes, you don't? I said, why would you think that? He goes, because you're Italian. I go, fucking ignoramus. When I ask him, can you do me a favor and invest my money because you're Jewish?
I hung up a picture for a Jewish friend of mine, and he was floored. He couldn't believe I knew how to do that. I put a nail in the wall, and I hung the cable over it. Oh, I am wrong. We can work it out.
I have to turn this off. I
didn't know you were a Beatle fan.
Yeah, I like the Beatles. You know why, Kev? Because I like to keep my finger on the pulse of what's happening in music today. And
and you know what that is? You kid, but that is still happening.
It is happening.
It's not like, our parents used to listen to Benny Goodman or whatever,
Yeah.
Frank Sinatra.
My
Beatles
parents
are still relevant.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
I know. When my goddaughter was 5, she said to me, would you get off of me, please? Or she said, she said to me, do you know the Beatles? I'm driving her and her girlfriend home from preschool. I go, yeah. She goes, do you have them? I go, yeah, I got them in the car. Yeah, oh my God. They were hip and they were discovering this new group, this new hot group.
Yeah, yeah. They have soft hands, I bet.
I'm sure they have very soft hands. Kevin, I saw you in Tampa 2 weeks ago, and people don't know this about comedians, how we are really friends and can enjoy. We were competitors in the same town. Did it matter? No. Not only do we go to dinner, Fleming's 5-star restaurant, he picks up the tab with Will Shriner there. Will Shriner, who was a couple of shekels himself.
I didn't know we were competitors.
Well, I mean, we're in the same market, competing for people.
Yeah, but there's really no competition here.
No, not in the sense that intellectuals would go to see you or greaseballs and chicks, hot chicks come to see me.
Yeah.
Is that your wife again?
No, it's my sister.
Your sister? She got something wrong with her too? She got a bladder infection?
She's got audial migraines.
Non-specific urethritis?
You ever get urethritis?
Yeah, a couple times.
Is it non-specific or was it specific?
I had a non-specific.
Oh, so that could be anywhere in your body?
No, it was in my cockle area, but
so it's specifically in that area then.
But it was a non-specific virus or infection. You take.
In other words, the doctor didn't know what it was.
No, the doctor, so they gave me penicillin.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
When they don't know anything, they go, "That's non-specific
right.
broken arm."
What do doctors do? Basically, but they send you to somebody smarter than them.
That's what the GP does.
That's it. Oh,
you come in, they listen to your heartbeat. If you have anything wrong, I'm going to send you to a specialist.
Like, why don't you just go right to the specialist? That's what I say. Is this a bit? Why not go to the specialist?
But it is true. I mean, that's how they make money just for being the contact. They're kind of like the agent.
They give you an antibiotic. They take your blood pressure. They listen to your heart. If there's anything wrong with your heart, you're right.
There's some talk now that physicals aren't necessary. That's been a waste of time. I read an article on that.
Oh, if you read an article, it must be true.
No, it was.
Well, why aren't they necessary?
Because they say that a prostate exam really doesn't, index, what do they call it? The index, putting your finger on it, doesn't really tell you anything.
This is called the pinky, right?
Yeah.
Now, what's this called?
That's a little bit of the middle finger.
This is called the finger fucking finger?
That's the sidekick. That's the sidekick to the middle finger right there.
This is the index finger?
Yeah.
Finger fucking finger. I don't know what this is called.
That's a sidekick.
It's the thumb.
Middle finger sidekick.
You tired?
Yeah, I am tired, actually. You know, I get up about, this morning I get up at 3:30 in the morning.
Why?
Because I
What are
went
you,
to
a
bed at 8
monk?
o'clock.
What are you, a fisherman?
What are you, a bit?
What am I, the guy who asks questions guy?
I go to bed about 8:30 every night.
Why?
Because I put my kid to bed. He's 6 years old. And I kind of lay down on the floor next to his bed and I read him a story. I tell him a story. And then he gets scared by staying in the room alone, so I lay on the floor or I meditate while he's going to sleep. And then I get tired. And then I want to go to bed.
Well, don't you do stand-up on the road and all? Like you
When
did?
I'm on the road, I stay up
Oh.
because I know I have to work. But when I'm home, it's just comfortable. And
Go to sleep now. Welcome to the podcast.
is this on camera?
Yeah.
I thought this was a podcast.
It is a podcast, but it's the pod means pod is out of
Camera cast.
podiatry for it's a foot doctor. It's on camera and it's audio.
Where's the camera?
It's up my ass. It's over there.
Oh, it's an anal camera.
It's it's over there,
Oh, it's
over
everywhere.
there, over there. What
All
the
right,
fuck
all
is
right.
wrong with you?
I'll present myself a little better now.
Yeah, well, could you pick up the energy a little? Have I not done your show 100 times and always brought a zing and a zang to it? What are you doing here? You come all the way in for this? You got so much to offer. You're
What do you
so
wanna talk
fucking
about?
funny.
What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about, first of all, I want to talk about where you started. Where did you
You
start?
don't really care where I started.
I
do
want to
you?
know it. The audience wants to know. They're on a
All right,
need-to-know
here's what I
basis.
did.
You have a lot of
I grew
fans
up in
out
Connecticut. I love doing stand-up, only because I would memorize the jokes in the back of the Parade magazine and personalize them, make them my own. You know, like they were comics, famous comics at the time.
Yeah.
And I'd tell them at little parties around our neighborhood, just with a bunch of guys.
Were you
Hey, did
invited?
you hear this? This guy stole a fire truck.
there. Really?
Yeah, and they go, "You serious?" I said, "Yeah." What happened? Well, 2 hours later, he was arrested by some guy who stole a cop car. It was from Parade magazine. So some friends eventually said,
Is that
"You
a
should go
joke?
to New York." No, it's true.
Oh.
You should go to New York and go to some of those clubs. So I went and I checked out
Good
Catch
New York
Rising
and read
Star.
somebody's jokes.
Went to Catch Rising Star. and
Really?
It was too tough for me. The audience was brash. Everybody's smoking. The comics, Richard Bell's, the whole
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
very diamond. And I said, I can't do this. This is, I'm more laid back. I'll go to California. So I came out to California, went to the Improv, started doing open mic nights, the Improv. at
You
the
were a
Comedy Store.
bartender at the Improv, right?
Bartended at the Improv for a couple years. That was nice because it gave me, access to the stage. If some
Yeah.
comic didn't show up, Bud Friedman would put me on.
Did Bud know you were funny? Like behind the bar?
He knew I wanted to do stand-up, but I was a goyim, and
You were
I was
goyim,
learning.
yeah.
I
In
was
those
learning
days,
comedy.
it was much more Jewish than it is now.
Well, here's what I tell people: when I first came out here, it was in the late '70s. All the comics, were either Italian, Jewish, or Irish.
Who's Italian?
They were Italian comics.
Who?
Richard
Name-
Belzer.
He's not Italian.
He's
Jewish.
Italian.
No, he's not. He just acts Italian. Like Dice Clay, they act Italian. They're not Italian.
No, you're
I'm
right.
Italian.
All right, so there's Jews. Jews and.
What are you, Irish?
Well, my father was Irish.
Oh, that's
But
part
my
of it.
mother's from, England and France.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Do I say I say a lot. Anyway, so Bud would put me on if somebody didn't show up. But that's where I started. I started doing the open mic nights in Los Angeles. I came out here without an act.
You want a cup of coffee or a shot of adrenaline or something?
What is that shot they give you in the heart with the needle?
Oh, that shot in the heart. I don't know. That's a scary one, though.
Yeah, that was good.
Friend, you like that?
I saw that in Pulp Fiction
Yeah, I have
and in Downton Abbey.
I can't do that on camera for legal reasons, but I can give you a shot. We could stop the tape.
You're excited about today, aren't you?
I was excited to
This is
have
the
you.
best, the nicest I've ever seen you dress.
Let me tell you something. I love you. I love the way you are with people. You're great. You're a fucking great comedian.
Where
You
did I
make me
first
laugh.
see you, Tom? Was it in New York?
First time I saw you was at West Palm Beach, do an hour. Yeah, and you and Rich Jenny were the only ones I could sit through an hour.
Is that right?
Well, yours was 40 minutes, but it seemed like an hour. No, but
That's what
seriously.
you do best, by the way.
What?
It's the misleading compliment.
Gee. I was thinking of a joke about, tell me if you think it's funny, the deteriorating compliment. You look great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look
For a guy who's
dropped a ton of weight, huh? I mean, last time I saw you, Jesus Christ, I thought you were going to explode. But you look great now. But like, you don't know whether it's thank you or is this terrible?
Yeah, you should really, you're really good at what you do. You should do this professionally.
I do it.
I'm doing the deteriorating.
Oh, well, right.
You should do this as a living because you're really good at it. You
Nah,
shouldn't
I
doubt
couldn't.
yourself like that.
Really? You really think so?
Yeah.
I could do this?
Who would you like to be if you could be any comic besides me?
Mick Jagger. Cracks me up. If I could be any comic,
Who do you think's got a good career and a good life?
good career. See, oh jeez. Well, Tosh has a good career and a good life, and he's a great comic. I wouldn't want to be anybody else, though.
Just either Tosh or nobody?
No, not even him.
Well, that's the answer I was looking for.
I wouldn't. I mean,
You want to be
I'd
yourself?
like to be as tall as you.
When I see people that are doing really great and making zillions of dollars, I think that's cool, but would I want to be him? No. I'd still rather be me.
See, there are guys like you know Spade really well, right? David Spade.
Yeah.
There are guys like him that honest to God, not that I'm such a magnanimous human, but I'm really happy for him because I just like David, and I just think his fucking career is amazing. One
Spade-
series after another.
Spade, yeah. He's got that, he's got that that thing about, that people like. They
Talent.
could use a lot.
Talent.
Talent, that's
Yeah.
it, talent. But I remember I used to live in the Hollywood Hills with another comic and a writer friend of mine, and then Dana Carvey used to rent the apartment over our garage when he was in town. And when I
Who
went,
was the other comic you live with?
Bob Duback.
Oh, I know Bob.
Yeah, he's a good comic. When
I saw 2 of his one-man shows.
yeah, I saw 2 of his one-man shows and 3 of his 4-man shows.
Four-man show was good.
4-man show was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when I left to go do Saturday Night Live, Spade sublet my room from me in the house. And he was very excited.
I remember when I couldn't get David a middle spot in Atlanta. Brad, who's Brad? The guy.
Brad Gray?
Brad Gray called me up. He says, "Can you help me get David to middle for you at the Punchline in Atlanta?" They didn't think he was funny enough. I go, "Listen, I guarantee this kid's funny enough. He's got talent." And look at that. He made $1 billion since. So I guess they were wrong.
Not quite $1 billion. 900
Just an
million.
exaggeration.
900. Oh, you're exaggerating. Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
I exaggerate to clarify. That's what the auto enjoyed.
Have you ever met Woody Allen?
Yeah, for a beat. For one beat.
You never really met him.
It was great, though. Can I tell you what happened?
Yeah, what happened?
I always thought Lorne Michaels was a snotty motherfucker. And I think he knows he is. He's kind of like whether he's straight or gay, he's kind of gay.
Well, you know Lorne
Huh?
Michaels?
Yeah.
No.
No, but I mean, he's feminine. He
No,
always
I don't think he's not feminine. I think he's just very well-to-do.
Well, whatever he is, I give him all the credit in the world for his accomplishments and all that shit. But he's snotty, So he comes up to me.
He was snotty to you, you felt.
Well, I'll tell you, because
Okay.
there's people that go, I've met you like 50 times. Well, I'm
Yeah.
trying to be nice,
But you got to remember, a guy in that position meets a lot of people.
I don't give a fuck, But here's what happened. So Peter Boyle and I are friends.
Love Peter Boyle.
too.
I saw him, it's been a while.
Well, he died,
Right.
which is harder to see.
Where does someone like that get buried?
He,
I'm always thinking, if I die, would it be in Mountain Grove Cemetery out here in
I
Hollywood?
don't know
or
where Peter's buried. I don't go to that
where
stuff.
would you go? Where would you be buried?
I'd like to be buried. I'd like to be burned, like cremated, and then thrown into your face.
Really?
Yeah, at one of your
Who do you
Tuesday
want to
night
throw?
shows.
Who do you want to throw the ashes,
A
the
pitcher,
trash?
a professional pitcher. I like the guy the pitcher for the Washington Nationals, the fastest pitcher in the world.
Wouldn't you like to be instead of cremated, maybe turned into
Gutter?
compost?
Turning to what?
Compost.
What's that?
Compost is it's when you let fruit and things like that rot, and then you use it as fertilizer for your garden.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, who wouldn't like that? So let me tell you the Woody Allen, Lorne Michaels
Yeah.
story. So Woody Allen's my idol, all right? All right. So
Yeah, Woody Allen's your idol.
so I'm standing by the buffet, and I remember Chris Rock.
Is this a wedding?
No, it's a Knicks game.
Oh, next game.
Nick, we're at the executive suite.
Where's
for
the
Knicks.
buffet? Along the sideline?
Will you let me get through the fucking question story? Where's the buffet? Like it matters. Well, the buffet, it's over there. Like compared to here.
I just wonder if it's
there
out
was
on the
nothing-
court, like on the side of the court. There was a plane.
No, there wasn't a buffet. It was in the executive suite.
They come running over once while they take some dip.
Yeah.
So you're up in the VIP lounge.
So this is, and like Lorne Michaels, whatever, he's Lorne Michaels and he's done great and all this shit. But he comes up to me, or he comes up near me, and I say to him, just to be polite, I don't give a fuck about him. I go, "Hi, Lorne, I'm Dom Irrera." He goes, "I know who you are." And with that, I just wanted to break all the barriers, because like these snotty people, like Bobby Knight when he strangled that kid. I wanted to see that fucking kid just clock him.
But that was a compliment to
No,
you.
but he goes, I know you with a fucking attitude. And I wanted to just pick him up and throw him in the potato salad. But I didn't. I just walked away. And as
But that was a compliment.
Well, you take it as, I'm telling you, the tone was not a compliment. So just as that, I walk away, and Gene Domanian, who was a friend of Woody Allen's, who actually booked me for some Saturday Night Live.
I know who Gene Domanian is.
Okay, all right. so she brings Woody Allen in, and she goes, Dom, do you know Woody? I go, I don't. And he goes to shake my hand, and he looks, he doesn't ever make eye contact. He looks like at my collar.
Woody Allen looked at you.
And he goes, I really love your work. And I go, thank you. And he walks away. That was my meeting with Woody Allen.
Wow.
Did you ever meet him?
I sat next to him at Michael's Pub once, where he plays the clarinet.
Oh, yeah.
This is a long time ago, and I was just watching him. It looked like I was watching a Woody Allen movie. You know, he's sitting in the chair with his
Great.
It's great. It's crazy. Everything's crazy.
I shot a moose. I remember we did a thing. I was doing an improv group in New York, and we did a thing called Woody Allen and Macbeth, and I played Woody Allen.
Nice.
And then we're doing all hail Macbeth. I go, great. Just what I need, primeval cheerleaders. Did you do theater, Kev?
I was just going to say, you know what? I find Shakespeare boring.
I don't fucking understand it.
I just don't understand
I find
it.
it terribly boring. And I feel so unhip and unintellectual by saying that.
I would like to take one Shakespeare play, like Taming of the Shrew or something, and just study it for like a year and try to understand.
And how about the people who laugh heartily, like Much Ado About Nothing, and some of these plays, and Othello.
Yeah.
What the fuck are they laughing at? Oh, that was a good one.
The only
it was
play
really
I
Francis
liked,
Bacon anyway.
The only play I liked that he did was Great Expectations.
That was
Oh, I
Charles
thought that-
Dickens.
Okay, but same thing.
Oh. I liked Hemingway's version of Dickens.
You think you could have hung out with Ernest Hemingway?
Remember the thing he had about Ernest Hemingway punched me in the mouth? Woody Allen, Gertrude
No.
Stein punched me in the...
Oh, yeah.
He has this whole thing about all the writers. Yeah, I think I could have hung out with Ernest Hemingway. I think he'd be cool. Cool dude.
Moody,
to,
though,
to
probably.
drink with. What?
Moody.
Yeah.
Bipolar, probably.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely looking for trouble when he was drunk. You don't drink, huh?
I was just going to say, I love the idea of drinking. I don't really drink a lot. I have a wine like maybe once every 2 weeks. But I see I have like a lot of liquor in my house, just that people bring over, or they leave or whatever. And I was looking at a bottle of Jack Daniels the other day in the liquor cabinet. I thought, that looks so good. It must be really fun to be an alcoholic in the early stages.
It is.
You know, where you love the taste, you love getting
It is.
that buzz.
I'm going through that.
You're an alcoholic?
Oh, definitely.
But just to see a nice, a Jack and, on the rocks, sitting on the bar and sipping that.
Yeah.
It gives you courage and,
Gives you
confidence.
false hope. And
Yeah, I love the false hope.
yeah. And then you have a blood sugar thing in the middle of the night. Your heart beats irregular. I love that.
Yeah, that's why you can't drink it.
Well, you have that, right?
I get the irregular heartbeat once in a while.
What, is your
They
pulse?
say don't drink a lot.
You feel your pulse stopping?
Oh yeah, the heart stops and then it starts up again. Then it stops. Skips beats and it's like
But
the
is
steel
it like
drums.
syncopated, or is it like boop 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 boop, or is it boop 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 boop?
It's all of that.
Oh, see, that's the one you want to watch.
Yeah.
That's called arrhythmia. That's the one you got to be
Arrhythmia.
careful.
Yeah.
But,
Starts off as AFib really fast. And I think maybe some people that are listening know of this.
Yeah.
Because they know
Well,
somebody
that's
that has
why
it
they're
or they have
listening.
it.
They hear us talk about medicine.
Yeah, they said finally they're getting to the heart problems. But you must have cholesterol or something going on. Do you take Lipitor for your lips?
I take Crestor for my crust.
What do you take?
Crestor.
Do you take any pills daily?
Yeah.
What do you take?
I take Crestor. I take Propecia for
What's
my hair.
Crestor? Is that toothpaste?
Yeah, it's toothpaste. It's a form of toothpaste that makes your mouth smell like garlic. No, I have it's a cholesterol medicine, and it's supposed to actually scrape your arteries.
Have you had one of those chest scans
Chest
where they could
scans.
see all the
I had one in Belgium because my girlfriend and I had eaten a ridiculous amount of food. You getting comfortable?
Yeah,
You want to lay down?
I am laying down.
Okay. Put your feet up on me. Make yourself comfortable.
But you have a lot of, is it calcium that forms on the arteries?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
I could
Plaque.
see a lot of plaque on your arteries.
You can tell. You can tell.
It starts in the teeth and it works its way down to the heart.
That's why I get my teeth cleaned every 3 months in Pacific Palisades, by the way.
Where?
On Monument. Friend of mine, Dr. Scott Warner.
Dr. Scott Warner.
Dr. Scott, I might admit. Yeah,
So you get the plaque going, and what else?
I don't have the plaque. I take, that's all I take. I take a blood pressure medication, which
What's
is
it
great.
called? Malopatrol? Metropolol.
I live alone?
Is it Plavix?
No. You're not going to guess blood pressure medications? What the fuck kind of show is
Guess which prescription drug I have not taken. Okay, wait a minute. I'm going to give you multiple choice.
All right.
Ativan. Adderall.
Adderall.
Xanax. Xanax.
Xanax.
Xanax.
Xanax is for the stomach.
Yeah,
Xanax is
Xanax.
for the whole
That explains
peace of
why.
mind.
That explains my problem.
What haven't you
Okay,
taken?
Xanax, Adderall, or Ativan?
Adderall.
Nope.
Ativan.
Nope. I've taken them all.
Xanax.
Taken them all.
Well, how can you tell me to guess which ones you haven't
It
taken?
was a trick question.
What the fuck kind of question is that? Why? What do you like best? What's Adderall?
Well, the
do?
Ativan is a Adderall is a for like stage fright.
No,
slows
so
your
is
heart
Xanax.
down.
They gave it to Elizabeth Taylor when she was doing something.
Well, they're all in the same family.
It's a nice family.
It's a nice,
Nice, relaxed family.
So, but I went through a period of anxiety when I was going through a divorce, and then also when
Geez,
I
that'll
was
tend to make you a little anxious.
when I was at SNL, I developed claustrophobia. I developed claustrophobia because I had to do a life mask. You know what a life mask is, or it's a
Oh,
death
when they
mask?
put that thing
They put
on
the
you?
plaster all
I
over.
couldn't do it.
I did it. And I passed out.
Really?
Yeah, I passed out, and
That's horrible.
because I was playing. I had to make it for Jay Leno because they needed to build a prosthetic chin.
You did Leno's impression?
Yeah.
Let me hear it.
Everybody that came on the show did Leno. It's no big, great thing.
I know. It's like doing Edward G.
So-
Robinson.
Yeah.
Your mugs. Where's your Moses now?
Yeah, so I passed out, and they gave me smelling salts, and I came to, and he said, "You passed out, man. I'm sorry. You okay?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I might have been able to salvage the mask. We put it in cold water right away, because I remember them peeling off of me when I said, because you can't talk. All that's open is your nose.
Oh,
you
fuck,
know?
I couldn't do it.
And they showed it to me.
That's not claustrophobic, though.
Well,
That's
let me
normal
finish.
fear.
They took it out of the water and they showed it to me. It looked like this. The mask. And screaming. And so I said, let me try it again because I don't want to, So he said, I'll tell you what, I'll keep your hands outside the plastic. I'll turn the radio up really loud so you can hear it because your ears are covered.
Oh,
So like a
jeez.
sensory thing. So I did it again. I almost passed out again, but I got through it. I thought, oh, okay, that's cool. But anyway, I'm in a subway like 2 weeks later, and the subway stops in between stations. This is why I'm on Saturday Night Live, And I start
You're still
feeling
taking
the
subways when you're at Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, it's the quickest way to go.
Oh,
And I start feeling that same feeling, like stuck in between stations. I feel trapped. It's
Yeah.
dark in the thing. And I start sweating. I'm about to pass out again. It takes off again. But it just snowballed. I got, I feared going through the tunnels to get out of the city because, you could get stuck in traffic under there.
this is all from the mask. Yeah,
All
of
from the
course.
mask.
I hate getting stuck in those tunnels because you never know when it's going to end.
I know it. You don't know if there's a terrorist sitting on the lip
Could be
of the...
days.
So anyway, that was a problem for me. So I started taking Ativan. And then I went to this doctor in the valley. You know what his name was? Doctor.
No.
I swear to God.
Doctor, Mr. MD.
Can
Yeah,
you tell
so-
me what's ailing me?
That's a song.
So he
right?
gave me like breathing exercises to breathe into a brown paper bag. Not with glue in
Right.
it though.
For anxiety.
Yeah. Get your breathing under
I
control.
know not glue in it. What doctor's going to prescribe glue? I would suggest some glue huffing for you, young man.
You know who prescribes that?
Who? Doctor?
Dr. Charlatan.
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 I met a med.
You ever hang out with a band? You go backstage? You ever been like a groupie?
Not a groupie, but yeah, I've had friends in bands.
Which band like that you went to see where you just thought, oh my God, if I could just meet...
No, well, I didn't go to see them. I went to see Springsteen at the Pond, and I had already known Max and Nils, And I had met Bruce once.
What was the first
But-
concert you ever went to?
First concert I ever went to. Mamas and the Papas.
Really? I wish
Yeah.
I saw them.
I was
You
a
know,
kid.
I saw. I asked Alice Cooper once. I said, "What's the hardest drug you guys ever did?" He goes, "You know what? That's a misconception.
Yeah.
You know,
He plays a golfer.
Heavy metal bands and those guys, they don't do a lot of drugs.
Really?
He said, you know, it's those more of the family bands that were doing the hard ones. You know."
The Nelsons.
He said one time we took like
The
THC.
Osmonds. They took what?
They took something like a THC or something. And he said they're walking down Hollywood Boulevard, and on the bus stop they saw Larry from the Three Stooges. They felt like they were walking on pillows.
I remember reading about the Beatles taking acid for the first time because McCartney was really reluctant to it, and it didn't. I don't think it went well for him.
I'm reading that Steve Jobs book now, and he's talking about how he took LSD back in the 70s.
I can't take that.
Yeah, I never did it.
I can-
Quaalude sounds like it would be good, though.
I like Xanax.
You like Xanax?
Xanax? I would promote if I like to. If I could get a commercial, I would like to represent Xanax.
Like for the Super Bowl or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd like to give a serious talk about how the whole world should chill. Give it
You're a
to world.
Beyonce groupie, aren't you?
I like Beyonce's
Do you know what I noticed about Beyonce? Go
Box.
ahead. Her what?
her box.
Her box.
I mean, she was opening her legs in an amazing way, and it just showed.
She's
That
got
it was like a
She's really cute,
beautiful.
but her legs are like trees. Did you
I
notice
like her
that?
legs.
What's that?
Not like trees.
They're like those wind towers.
They're not like these wind towers. They're like more like trees.
But I think a lot of people like that. They like the big junk in the trunk and then the extension down the legs.
She's got a.
She
great
got junk in the trunk and in the legs.
She's got a lot of junk.
Yeah.
Got a great face.
Oh my God, that's the best face.
I had an uncle who was so racist that he never gave any black people credit for being beautiful.
Yeah.
So if they were beautiful, he would go, "Oh, she's got to have some whitener. That's a white nose. that's a white nose. She's beautiful. She was.
God love the African Americans. They're doing great. I mean, look,
really
they
are.
did all the singing at the Super Bowl.
They did all the
They're
singing.
doing all the
and
playing.
They did all the playing. They did even the ref was black.
It was the whites that put the lights out.
They had two coaches. They had two coaches that are white, and
How are you brothers coaching? You know,
they're
playing
still
against
bitching.
you?
What?
Those brothers playing against each other. That's amazing that they both got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I thought you meant brothers, the black guys playing against the other black guys. They,
But they,
the Harbors.
Harbar. Hey, lady.
Jim Harbaugh. Hyman.
Hyman.
Riboflavin.
I would watch every Jerry Lewis movie growing up.
He was here the other night. He was sitting right there.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he came in to see Dane.
Open mic night?
Yeah, he was open mic. He was.
Why'd he come to see Dane?
I don't know. They hooked up somewhere along the line.
I used to see every one of his movies when they came out.
Dane?
Caddyshack. Not
Oh.
Caddyshack, but The Caddy.
Caddy.
You know, The Bellhop.
Well, you
The
didn't see
original.
him when they came out. You
I
were
did.
too young.
No, I wasn't.
Get out.
I saw.
He was great.
The Nutty Professor was the best. Stella. Stella.
I loved him in with Dean Martin, though. The two of them. Did you ever hear that outtake about him calling you Dean Martin a greaseball and you ignorant dago bastard? And
No.
oh, it's funny, because they were doing a commercial and Dean Martin kept fucking it up.
Did Jerry Lewis come here to the Laugh Factory alone?
No.
They never go alone anywhere.
No, he's
Do
too
they? He could
old.
get kidnapped by Robert De Niro.
For Cape,
What do you mean
from
he's
Cape
too
Fear.
old?
He's too old to walk around alone. The guy could barely walk.
Are you kidding me?
Jerry Lewis?
I knew he was sick for a
I
while, but
think
he
you were
got
talking about
bloated.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Oh, you're talking about Jerry Lewis.
No. But yeah, he was right here. And he was here with some, he was representative. Imagine representing Jerry Lewis calling up for a gig. I got a guy, maybe you heard of him, Jerry Lewis.
How did he look?
He looked terrible. Well, remember how he was all inflated from those steroids?
Yeah.
Well, now it looks like they let the air out of him. He was just like
Really? Stretched out a little bit?
stretched out a lot.
You can have that skin removed.
Yeah.
It's called Lewisectomy.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's Lewisectomy.
Lewisectomy.
Yeah, Jerry Lewisectomy.
Oh.
So did he stay just for Dane's act, or did he?
You're so much funnier than you are. Did he stay for? Yeah, I guess he stayed for Dane's. I had to go. I was performing with the guys from Impractical Jokers. I wasn't supposed to, but I ended up getting on stage with them. You ever see that show? Sal and Q. You
It
ever see
sounds
it?
familiar.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
What is
Funniest
the,
show. You got to watch it.
Is it,
Impractical
is it funnier
Jokers.
than Betty?
Betty Boop?
No, Betty.
Betty White?
Betty White show. That's funny. Where she pulls pranks on the young kids.
Really? I never saw it.
It's really good. I see it on the airline.
Yeah. You must be a big fan if you wait to get to the airline to watch it.
No, I love the show so much. I don't have to go anywhere. I fly just so I can watch it.
Oh, you don't? You just fly? It's it's funny. You're funny.
But
Very funny.
in Practical Jokers, what do they do again?
They do impractical jokes. That's why it's called impractical jokes.
Like what?
One example was they have the mic in the guy's ear.
You would not be a good pitch. You would not be a good pitch in this show.
White Castle, right?
Yeah.
And the guy goes, "Welcome to the Castle of White. How may I help you, sire?" And the guy goes, "I'll take 2 hamburgers," and he orders. And they goes, "Tell him you'll give it to him for free if he lets you see his tits."
Oh, they talk into the headset.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
he
yeah.
goes, "It's $17.89 unless you let me see your tits." You know what I liked about it? The guy thought about it. He went, nah. Nah.
I helped Howie Mandel with a show like that. Is that his show?
Oh yeah, Howie had a hidden camera show.
No, but this
right?
is one where they have the earpiece and the guy,
yeah.
and they say, "Tell him this, tell him that."
He's fucking funny.
Yeah, but that sounds like his show. Or maybe it is his show.
No,
Is
it's
he
not his
producing
show.
it?
It's another show. Wait, people can't do that? It's not like it's one idea. It's
This is like a year ago where he was doing a
well, this
pilot
show's
for
doing
this.
pretty well. It's on True TV. I'm telling
True
you the truth.
TV.
Yeah,
Is that where they have like the crime stories?
yeah. A lot of the what do you call trials and shit. I was watching. You better fucking come alive, man. I give you so much. I'm on your show tonight, by the way.
Yeah, for what? 7 minutes?
So suppose
I've been here for what? 2 hours now?
I don't know. What time is it?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm having a good
It
time.
matters to the guys upstairs. I got to wake them up after.
I feel like we're waiting for a table at a restaurant. Essentially, we are because we're going to have dinner after this, right?
Yeah. Where do you want to go?
You know, I think your palate is expensive. I think you like good food.
I do.
When some people look at you at first, they think this truck driver. You
No.
know, they think hamburger guy.
No,
But you like good food.
I do. And we have time,
Believe me, too much time.
I mean, we have time. We should go either. We can go next door if you want.
Can we go somewhere we could sit on a pillow on the floor, like one of those ethnic restaurants?
Yeah, we'll go to the top of the Hard Rock.
Do you have access to Soho Club? Soho
No.
House? We
No,
should
well,
go over there.
Michael King is a member of that. He's an old
we go up
improv
there?
buddy of mine. I don't. Do you have access?
Let's go and see if we get in.
No, I don't want to go and get embarrassed. Not
Oh,
get
you won't
in.
get embarrassed. I'll get embarrassed. You stay behind me
You get recognized all the time.
all the time. No, I don't.
You should.
But yeah, it's all how you carry yourself.
How do you carry yourself?
Fireman's carry.
You
No,
have
I like to.
miscarriage?
I just, I don't walk in expecting to be recognized, and then you don't get
I
recognized.
walk in like this. Hey,
Hey,
how's
what do you
everybody
think? Huh?
doing?
Look who's here.
Guess who's here?
Yeah, I don't.
You're the most tired guest I've ever had.
I'm not tired. I'm exhausted.
You worried about your wife?
A little bit.
You don't
I'm
love
worried
her?
about you more than anything.
What's the matter with me?
I just worry about your health.
Do you? You think I drink too much?
You do drink, don't you?
Yeah, I've been drinking hard stuff. I stopped drinking. I hate for my friend Harlan to see this, but I stopped again though.
Oh, 'cause you were on the wagon for a while?
3 months. Or, no, more than that.
Why?
Because I'm a fucking bloated pig and I hate myself. How about that for a reason?
Give me another reason.
Because I'm
Now, how do you get around after you've had too much to drink?
drive a
You
friend
just
of mine has
drive?
a motorcycle with a sidecar. I sit in the sidecar and just
But you do have a good time when you drink.
have a great time. And I love to drink with the girls here at the Laugh Factory.
Is this your favorite club?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, all in all, definitely. How
You used
about
to hang
you?
out at the Improv, didn't you? Long time
Of
ago.
course. Yeah, hang at the Improv, the Comedy Store.
I never hung out at the Comedy Store because
did
it
the-
just bad vibes for me at the Comedy Store.
Yeah, but I always loved Mitzi. She was always good to me. She was the first one that gave me Vegas and all these things, and remember Bud got mad
That's a
at
nice
me.
gift to give you Vegas.
She gave me the whole city, yeah.
Jeez.
You're not, what they call you, literal man? I was, when I came out here, she just supported me. I did Vegas, Hawaii, San Diego, and here. It's great.
And how are you supporting her now?
She's got enough money.
I mean, emotionally.
I'm trying. I give her calls. I prank her.
When you're sober. You and Practical Joker.
Do you smoke pot?
No. I live a really clean life, and I meditate. I'm vegetarian. I don't drink.
You've been meditating on the show a little.
I don't drink. I go to bed at 8:30. See, I want to live a long time because I have a 6-year-old.
Yeah, I know you told me that, and that's a good reason. You should want to live a long time for a lot of reasons, because you're a gift. May I say this? You're a gift to this world and to this culture.
Continue.
And I don't
You're
know what
very
else to
slowly
say.
slipping into Woody Allen here.
I don't know what else to say. I don't know why. I think you got him on my mind. No, I just I can't express myself with words, but I'd like to show you this interpretive dance I wrote for you.
Do you watch comics and think, I could tell who influenced them?
Well, that's what cracked me up about Richard Lewis getting mad at Paul Reiser, because I'm thinking Richard Lewis was at the time a handsome Woody Allen. I mean, come on, he's got the whole thing going. And I mean, I like Richard, but don't be blaming Reiser too much, because if Reiser did take off of you, you took off of Woody, and Woody admittedly took off of Bob Hope. You know?
I don't see any Reiser in. I thought Reiser was more like Seinfeld.
Well, Richard Lewis didn't.
I always, you know who I confused all the time? Reiser and Pryor. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't remember who was who.
I confused Pryor and Mom's Mabley.
Yeah. But I watch some comics now, like Bill Maher. You know, I watch him. I think there's Johnny Carson right there. You know, he's got a lot of those
That would
Johnny
be like
Carson moves.
Johnny Carson if he were evil. Mean. Bill's always been nice to me, but boy, he's a prick. He knows he's a prick. He's a prick. He's great at what he does.
Well, you know, I think he's just opinionated.
No, he's mean.
Really?
Yeah,
Why
I know
would you
Bill.
say that?
Because I've seen the way he treats people.
Don't get me wrong. I like Bill, but he's a prick. I don't
No,
like
but I'm telling you, he knows he's a prick. He is a prick, and I like the guy. And again, it's one of those things. He's always been nice to me. We've always had a good time together. I've done in many of his shows, and
Well, why would you like somebody who's mean?
because he was, you know,
He's not mean to you.
he's not mean to me, and he's mean to the right people.
Yeah, I don't get it when somebody is like an angry person and mean to everybody, and then when they're nice, everybody's like excited. Oh, he's
I know.
really nice today. Isn't that great? Hey, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
But then they forget.
I think it's interesting, and you probably know a lot more famous people than me, is that when people want to meet somebody, and I'm thinking, don't meet him. You'll be so disappointed. Just enjoy their work, you know?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, and I've had a few instances where I didn't want to meet somebody, but then I did, and I thought, wow, they're really cool. But they are human too, you know.
Yeah.
You see their weaknesses, and like I was always a huge fan of James Taylor, and then when he came on Saturday Night Live, I got to know him a little bit and hung out with him, and I was a little afraid to, because I didn't want to, be disappointed.
Well, that's
But he lived up to everything, you know.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, and then and then you see there's sides of them. Like I got to know. I guess that's it, just him.
That's good. That's a good amount of people to choose from.
No,
Did
but you get to
toilet
meet.
flush on your line.
I met a lot of people, you know, from
I'm sure you have.
James Taylor to Steve Martin to everybody, and everybody is. There's a reason why you like them, I think, and to the core. I mean, maybe if you meet a singer because you like their songs, then you hang out with them, and you don't have anything in common, then that's kind of a drag.
All combined, who do you think's the biggest star in the world? Not just right now. But
You mean
like
an entertainer or a politician?
well, politicians aren't stars; they're politicians. I mean, Obama.
So you mean an entertainer, the biggest entertainer?
Yeah, or athlete. If you think, like, there was a time when Muhammad Ali was supposed to be the most famous person.
I'll tell you who it is.
Who?
It is Gillette from Penn and Teller. It's Teller.
But it's
No, it's Teller from Penn and Teller. I think probably, well, you know, Justin Bieber's got 32 million followers on Twitter. Beyonce's pretty big. 98 million people watch that.
Yeah,
Super
but
Bowl.
do you think Justin Bieber in 30 years will be?
You know, I ran into Jim Carrey at a party, and I asked him how he's doing. He goes, good. He goes, I'm sculpturing now and painting.
Jim is?
Yeah. It's about a year ago. And he goes, because I realized that no matter how big a star you are, you know, an actor, people in about 50 years won't know who you are.
So he's going to sculpture a couple things.
So he's sculpturing, I think, just for, you know, to have some kind of mortality. So that
Immortality. You said some kind of mortality.
yeah.
That means.
I know what it
that
means,
it's over.
and that's what I meant. So that when he's dead, he lives on.
That's immortality.
No? So when he dies, that's mortal.
Yeah.
He lives on. That's immortality.
That's what I just said.
You are really, what are you drinking?
I'm not drinking.
What are you doing?
I don't. What
What are you
I
taking?
know?
Ativan?
What do you say? What do you hear? What do you say?
Hey, what do you hear? What do you say? Remember that?
Yeah. What do you
I
hear?
used to-
Do
who-
I remember it? I
who
just
said
said
that?
it to you.
Who used to say that? What
I
do you hear?
don't-
What do you say? That was an old expression
What
from
do
the
you hear? What do you
40s.
say? I don't know. It might have been
Film noir. I
yeah,
saw a
film
great
noir.
movie the other night with Barbara Stanwyck
Oh, good.
and I forget who else.
What was it? AMC?
Frederick Murray maybe was in it. And
The kids loved that.
he said, I don't care. He said there was a drink on the table. It was I don't know what it was, but or somebody said, I bet a little rum will get that up on its feet. Regarding the ginger ale or whatever. it was on
Oh,
the
right,
table.
right.
Bet a little rum will get that up on its feet.
Well, that sounds like a 40s kind of thing.
What do you hear? What do you say?
Hey, Scram, you guys are swell.
Yeah. Yeah. But here's my thing, Tom. You got a minute?
I'm good. We got about 5
I
minutes.
love the idea of just sitting at home. I have a nice little TV room downstairs, nice widescreen, and just
Everybody
like
has a
catch up
widescreen now.
catch up on just all the series I haven't seen. I haven't seen The Wire at all. I haven't seen West Wing.
I never saw your show. I'd love to see it. Weeds. I
Well,
heard-
why don't you watch it then?
I don't know. I just watch the news and there's occasional porn. I watch porn news.
I heard that
I heard Weeds is terrific.
it is a
I
good
heard
show.
you're terrific in
It's
it.
a good show. I'm very good.
But I feel bad that I haven't seen it now.
What else haven't you seen?
I
Not that
haven't-
I've seen everything else. No,
I
have you
haven't
watched
seen
Homeland?
No. I've been
Have
told
you-
to watch
What do you
that.
watch?
I just told you. News,
Just the news?
sports, a little bit of porn.
Yeah, when you're into sports, I mean, it's all encompassing.
addictive. It's
yeah,
fucking
it's all
addictive.
you watch Sports Center a
I-
lot.
Yeah, and I have to turn it off because then I realize I saw the same thing
You know all these
twice.
guys that talk the round table and
Oh,
talk
so
about
fucking
athletes. and-
bullshit. And I love when they're always wrong. I think my favorite thing is like Charles Barkley when he says,
That's terrible.
when he goes, he'll like say he'll pick the Spurs, right, and they lose, and he'll go in his analysis of the game and go, well, they really let me down tonight. Not that I was wrong, they let me down. So he can't fucking lose.
Yeah,
Everybody's letting him down.
he's lost a lot of weight.
He fluctuates.
He's in Weight Watchers. Do you know
Great
why?
guy. Greg, you know him?
Yeah, yeah. He
Well-
hosted Saturday Night Live once, and then I golf with him every summer
Are you
up
serious?
in the Edgewood Lake Century. What's it called? Century.
Century, the cemetery?
American Century Celebrity Golf Tournament up in Lake Tahoe. It's a lot of athletes and
Well, you
myself.
make sure you tell them that we're friends. If you think we are, maybe you don't.
At the time, you know, if we're still friends, I'll tell him that. But he goes the way. He's lost a lot of weight. I've lost about 15 to 20 pounds in Weight Watchers
You
in
did?
the last couple of months. Yeah,
God, I should do
you should go to
that.
Weight Watchers if you're worried about it. You can still drink, just portion control.
I have small portions.
Why don't you just smoke pot and not drink?
I like to smoke pot, but I don't like smoke.
How many of these medical dispensaries are in L.A.? I'm noticing like every other building.
I
They're
know.
outnumbering Starbucks now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's a big thing. A lot more people smoke pot than go to Starbucks.
The whole medical thing
Thing.
didn't really work, did it?
medical marijuana.
Yeah.
But that's what they have to get prescriptions, right?
Yeah, but
It's bullshit.
yeah.
Yeah, you get it from a crooked doctor.
Yeah. I mean, you might as well legalize marijuana because that's
No
it's,
kidding.
it's legal now.
Well, it's legal here.
Yeah.
It's not legal everywhere.
Well, I think Colorado and Washington will be the two kind of experiment states. What do you got? What do you got in the pillbox?
You have to be gay to get married and smoke pot?
Let's see what you got. I'll tell you what it is. Tell me if I'm wrong or right and what it's for. First of all, I've never seen a vial like this before. It's not a lot of pills, so it's probably only when you really need it. Alpraz, 1 a.m., 5 milligram. Alpraz.
1 a.m.?
Yeah.
Doesn't
What
say
is
1 a.m.
Alpraz? Is that for one tablet every panic attack?
Xanax.
Oh,
That's probably the thing.
Alpraz is the generic name.
I never saw it as Xanax. That's what I was.
What makes you anxious?
You.
Seriously, what makes you
Seriously, interviewing you
anxious and nervous?
makes me very nervous. You want to take a nap? Want to cuddle? What makes me nervous? Wide open spaces. Like I could never go to the top of the Grand Canyon.
Is that called
Agoraphobia.
agoraphobia?
Yeah.
Well, here was my thing. When I had that claustrophobia, it was turning into agoraphobia because I'd be
I have
driving on
that
the
too.
freeway.
You can't have both.
I'd be driving on the freeway, and if I saw traffic on the other side, and I knew I couldn't get back home, I got really nervous.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what bothers me? Like the Golden Gate Bridge. Like if I'm driving on that and then it gets stuck in traffic.
Oh
being
yeah,
up
yeah,
there.
yeah. Yeah, getting stuck on a bridge is not fun either.
Well, I would rather be stuck on a bridge or a tunnel.
Bridge.
Bridge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think I could get out of the car and run and not breathe in all the exhaust.
All the carbon monoxide?
Yeah. Sometimes when I drive through the tunnel, like the Holland Tunnel, I would time it so that if I had to get out, I'd know which way to run, which way was closer.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Then you see that line, "Welcome to New Jersey."
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what to do here.
I don't know which way to run. But now I am like, I've never felt better in my life. I have none of that problem. You know, I don't have any of that stuff going on.
But you take something, right?
No. I have a vial of Ativan in my fanny pack.
Fanny pack.
in my backpack. That if I know it's there, if I need it, like if I'm on a plane.
That's why I carry these.
Yeah.
I don't take them all the time.
Yeah, I never take it.
I'd be
unless
asleep.
I'm feeling anxious. But yeah, Deep Purple was the first
Did you
concert
pick
I
up the
went to.
pace? Deep Purple what?
That was the first concert I ever went to.
Good. I'm glad you got back to that. Where'd you see Deep Purple?
Hartford, Connecticut.
I heard about that concert. Everybody's still talking about it.
I see the Beach Boys a lot.
Bum, 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 ba-da. Bum, bum,
I don't think it's bump bump. I think it's more like
I think it's more like.
Oh, the fuzz box. Yeah.
Huh?
That's the way to go. But you're looking good. This is the healthiest I've ever seen you.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, because usually you kind of come, shuffling in here, 11 o'clock.
You're always off stage by 11 o'clock. I come shuffling at 9 o'clock. I'm doing your show.
Well,
today.
whatever time it is, you're shuffling.
Well, I'm probably drinking.
What do you drink? Wild turkey?
I drink cold turkey. I drink Jack Daniels with one of the girls here.
Can you go cold turkey if you're drinking wild turkey?
No. Cannot do
You got to do one or the other.
one or the other. Remember John Lennon's Cold Turkey?
No.
Cold Turkey has got me on the run.
Oh, yeah.
Great song.
That's from Imagine.
No, it's not. It's from
Do you think
Power
John
to the
Lennon...
People.
John Lennon will be a legend because he died young. Paul McCartney, it's like if you score a touchdown in a game, you want to die right there. You don't want to play the game where people see that you're not going to score anymore and you're really not maybe as good as that touchdown was.
You think McCartney's like that?
Well, I think he's very talented, but I think it was a time when the Beatles were around that made those songs popular. And because, what hits has he had lately?
Well, first of all, it's funny you say that because somebody said something like that to him, and the guy goes, the two Australian guys, and the guy goes, he fucking wrote Yesterday. What the fuck did you ever do? He goes, fuck you. He wrote yeah, but he hasn't. He wrote Yesterday. Well, his last big hits, I guess, were.
But I'm just saying that John Lennon will be more of a legend.
Because he died.
I'm not saying Paul McCartney's not talented. He's mega talented, but because John Lennon died early, closer to the the height of his career,
Yeah.
that he'll be a legend.
Because you'll always wonder what he would have written and what he would
Yeah.
have had. But the thing about them is the combination was the genius.
That's right.
The three of them.
And I think, I think that's. I was just listening to George Harrison. My Sweet Lord, great song.
Da, 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 da. The Lord was waiting for you all to awaken and see.
Oh.
Watch that concert, the Bangladesh concert. It's great.
Yeah.
Leon Russell and Dylan.
Dylan does not have a good voice. I'm going to come out and say it.
Did anybody ever go, have you heard Dylan's voice? Remember all of a sudden in that Nashville skyline when he sang like, lay, lady, lay across my bleep.
Yeah.
All of a sudden he became that for one.
He's a crooner.
Yeah. Kevin,
Yeah.
you can't yawn on my podcast.
Yawning is a natural bodily function.
No, it's not.
Why is it you don't point out the farting?
Because they can't hear the farting. We have it muffled because you hear the pens.
But yeah, Dylan, not a good voice. I was just listening. Oh, I was hearing Sting
Great
on
voice.
on the Sirius radio, where they have the acoustic, station 32, Coffee House.
All right.
If that was the first time I'd heard him sing and didn't know who he was, I think, who's this guy?
Well, that's the way.
I can know when they walk the fields.
That was that.
That was Sting.
Gabby Hayes.
Nobody knows Gabby Hayes.
I know.
Yeah, Dabber Luke.
Little Papini. Oh no, that's Walter Brennan. Doing bad. We're making mistakes on 50-year-old references.
But yeah, I think.
Did you hear Steven Tyler singing the national anthem? That was really terrible.
That was Jennifer Hudson.
Oh, Jennifer Hudson. Yeah, I always get them mixed up.
Yeah.
Jennifer Hudson wasn't with Aerosmith?
No.
Oh.
I just saw a picture of Perry.
Who?
Who's the guy that plays the guitar for Aerosmith?
Joe Perry.
Joe Perry, yeah. Just saw a picture of him in a magazine. He's got like a gray streak in the front.
I used to like the guy from The Sopranos who had like the two gray streaks.
But my wife goes, who is that? Joe Perry, or is that? I can't remember who she said, but it was somebody who's famous for like the gray in the front.
That's good.
I don't know. It's a good story though, huh?
Good story. Kevin, I'm going to ask you this since it's a little awkward. Can you come back sometime and do the show?
Awake?
No, just to actually be on it and just be yourself.
I'm here. I could not be more myself right now. This is me. I'm
Really?
letting my walls down for you right now, and you're rejecting me.
I'm not rejecting you. I love you. I told you that from the beginning.
It's very rarely I take the walls down. I let them down for you.
No, because Evan said to me that he's never seen you not on. And, I have to say.
This is the first time?
Well, dinner you were kind of like this, kind of boring.
I am
not
boring. I am boring
You're
at
not
dinner.
boring. You're interesting. You're an interesting bore in the sense that you're so low key that you get lulled into some kind of drowsiness and then you say something funny.
Here's the thing for me, like at dinner, I don't like to compete with the noise in the restaurant.
Yeah.
And I don't like to yell. That's why I stopped going to bars. That because I got married. But here's what I do when I'm at a table with a bunch of couples and they're all talking. I can't get a word in edgewise. I start talking, nobody listens to me. I just continue talking, but really softly. So I thought that was good. And all of a sudden, people turn. They go, "What are you?" And it's very annoying to them. I said, "No, I was just trying to say
Do you
something."
really do that?
Yeah,
That's very
It's the
funny.
best. People just shut up. They turn and they look
Yeah.
at you. No matter what they're talking about, they'll turn and they go, "What are you?" Don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, out here, actors and comedians, once they get to stage, they keep rambling like it's a filibuster a lot of times.
How do people do talk radio? Like a one person talk radio guy, where you have to just keep talking for like 4 hours in the
It's
room.
hard.
It's hard. I think these people have like issues. They would survive like solitary confinement easily.
Yeah.
Because they're used to entertaining themselves and just talking. Homeless people do that sometimes too. They just stand and talk for hours, But did a podcast once for, sat in for Corolla.
Oh, you do podcast?
No, I just sat in for Corolla once.
Oh.
And it's hard just to keep talking for like, an hour. You got to take calls.
Yeah, yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, see what you're saying.
Yeah. But I guess if you have a lot to say about something, if you're opinionated and you're angry, you can sit and talk.
Well, that's what's great about Joe Rogan. He's so opinionated. He's funny, but he has opinions that he just acts like that's the absolute truth. Last night I was shooting pool with him, and I said,
where do you shoot pool? Hollywood Athletic Club?
No, I don't want to say it on the air.
Is it a bar?
No, it's a pool hall.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
But he said to me, he goes, I said, a lot of people, I said something about Red Band when his sidekick getting the flu. He goes, he didn't have the flu. I said, I said, did you get that flu? He goes, no, I don't get the flu. He goes, healthy people don't get the flu. I'm thinking, yes, they do. That's what makes them unhealthy for a week or two. They get the flu. It doesn't matter how much fucking wheat germ you eat and how much exercise you do. If you don't take a flu shot, you have a chance of getting the flu, But he was so strong on that, I don't get the flu.
Yeah, yeah. No, Joe Rogan's very funny. I saw him here a couple months ago.
Yeah, I was here with you.
But he's one of those guys, as funny as being angry. A ranter kind of a guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Hilarious, though.
Yeah, yeah.
And opinionated. I like watching people that have opinions, whether I agree with them or not, because they're taking a stance and they're defending it, and they're funny. I think Bill Burr is like that, too.
Bill Burr's great.
Yeah. I just did a film with him.
Did you?
I didn't work with him, but I passed him. We shared a trailer.
Is that the film that's out now?
No, it's called Walk of Shame with Elizabeth Banks. I had to fly in a helicopter over L.A. because I play Chopper Steve.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a traffic reporter.
You were inside it?
Yeah, it's a little helicopter. We took off.
Oh, that must have been horrible.
Oh, it was scary because I used to make helicopter blades at Sikorsky Helicopters.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You made helicopter blades?
Yeah.
Kevin Nealon?
In the factory. And
Laugh Factory?
No. But I get in the helicopter. We take off of a rooftop building, which is scary in itself. And I told the helicopter pilot, I said, can you just hover over the building for a little bit just so I get used to it? Because you're sitting there, there's glass all around you.
Wow.
And and then he goes up, he takes off, and I'm trying to remember my lines because we got a little camera there, like in Taxi Cab Confession, one here, one there. And then we got the director in the back with new lines that he's feeding me. And I'm flying over Dodger Stadium with glass,
Oh
the canopy of glass like this, and my legs are up on the dashboard because I have long legs. And I'm trying to do my
beautiful
lines.
legs, by the way.
Yeah. Well, I shaved them tonight, so they look a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's terrifying. Don't they give you hazard pay for that?
No, but it was fun. It was fun
Oh,
in
you
a
liked
way.
it?
It was scary, but it was fun.
Did you take anything before you went up?
No. But I thought
Was your
about
heart
it.
beating fast?
No.
Oh, good.
I'm really laid back because I know I got to keep things in control.
Yeah, yeah.
People say you're always kind of relaxed. I said, well, I got to be because I can't get my adrenaline going.
Because of your heart.
My heart takes off like a horse,
How fast does it go?
about 200 beats per minute.
No. Honestly?
Yeah.
Wow, really?
I can't even keep track of how fast it goes.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm never going to scare you again.
Oh, so I go do a radio show in Florida about a year ago.
Paul and Young Ron?
I had AFib, the heart was going fast.
Yeah.
And I call my doctor. He goes, "We'll take take one of these Rhythmols, and it should get it back on,
Rhythmol?
Rhythmol, like rhythm,
Yeah,
Rhythmol."
yeah.
So what happens is it becomes irregular, and so I go to do this radio show with this guy Cowhead.
Oh, I've done. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
done Cowhead.
you know Cow. Yeah, you were there. I think right before I was there.
I love Cowhead.
Yeah, and I told him about what was going on. I said, right now I have arrhythmia. My heart is irregular. He goes, really? He said, if I punched you in the chest, would that correct it? I said, no.
Cowhead said.
No, yeah. So like 10 seconds later, he's got this air horn under his desk.
Oh no, he didn't do that to you.
He blared that air horn.
That's
I almost
terrible.
fell off.
Could've
I thought
killed
I
you.
was going to die. And he goes, did that fix it?
What a prick.
But it did go back to
funny.
normal like
Did
a
it?
couple hours later.
Got it.
But I tell every time I come on the show, I said, no air horn. He goes, no air horn.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that little chick was really hot on there. Did you see the girl?
Yeah.
Wasn't she? Yeah, I'm gonna let them in.
Yeah. I
Kevin?
don't remember what she looked like, but
Beautiful.
I'll take your word for it.
Beautiful body, chunky.
Yeah.
Hi.
I guess they're wrapping up the show.
Yeah, we're gonna stop. Kevin, thank you so
Dom.
much for doing this.
So much more we haven't covered.
Can you promise me that you'll do the show sometime?
Yeah, I'll do it right now.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's not do it on the air though.
Okay.
Thank you, Kevin. Kevin
Thank you, my
Nealon.
friend.